Hey, what is up, y'all? This is going to be the third video in my little series about building infinite streaks in the arenas and Marvel Contest of Champions. This time we're actually going to go ahead and take a look at the 5-star featured arena. This is going to be taken in your 4, 5, and 6-star champions. If you've seen the 3-star featured and the 4-star basic, it's going to be very similar here, sped up fights, a little bit of commentary. But more importantly, in the description below, I'm going to go ahead and leave instructions for how to build your own streak. So if you do want to just get into the arenas right away, figure out how to get your own streak going, go ahead and pop on down to the description, grab the instructions, and go hit your grind. And good luck in doing that. Hopefully this helps you out. If you do want to stick around, again, I'm going to share just a couple of extra thoughts on building streaks and some things that might help you out. This one is going to be a little bit different than the other two in that I'm also going to cover the catalyst arenas, so your T1 alphas, your T4 basics, and your class catalyst clash, the arenas that pop up, the 2-day arenas that pop up every now and again. On a pretty regular schedule, but those are going to be very similar to the 5-star featured arena, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about those as well. Again, in the description below, I'm going to go ahead and leave the exact instructions and a little bit of differences between the featured 5-star and then the catalyst arenas. And then also one note, because the 5-star featured and the 4-star featured are going to be using almost the same champions with the exception of 6 stars, these rules are going to apply just the same to that 4-star featured as it does the 5-star featured. So I'm not actually going to cover in detail the 4-star featured just because this is basically the same. You just don't have any 6 stars. That's really the only difference. Alright, so if you want to stick around, great. Hopefully we can get through this and I can share some information that will help you guys out. If you do like this video, please go ahead and give me that thumbs up. Give me a share as well. If you aren't subscribed, go ahead and give me that subscribe and that notification bell so you know when I put anything else out in the future. If you're going to your grinds, good luck, and hopefully that goes well for you. If you're sticking around, thanks for doing so. And yeah, let's go ahead and go through this together here. Right now, one big difference that I approach the 5-star featured arena to compared to every other arena is that my very first fight, I always like to take my best champions in. I usually load them up when the arena opens, and then that way at nighttime when I'm actually able to do a full grind, you know, they're already there. I can max out points just a little bit in that first round. I get quite a few more points than if I took in a team of 3 4-stars, for example. So that's going to be beneficial for me. That's what I like to do, because again, I can't just jump into the arenas right away. So I like to use that downtime where I'm actually not in the game, where I can let them refresh and I can just get an extra round out of them I otherwise wouldn't have. So that's how I usually start the arenas. If you just start the arenas when it opens, if you have the time for that, then you're not going to want to do that same strategy because you're losing points with that multiplier of using some of your best champions. Right? So it just kind of depends. If you can't grind right away, go ahead and load up at least one really good team, probably 5 stars and or a 6-star, just so that when you do your first round, you're going to get a few extra points and you can just jump into your normal grind. Right now, if you're doing the 5-star featured arena, you probably have a deep enough roster to get to an infinite streak, and you probably already have your own methods for getting there. So here's some things that I've learned. Here's some things that work out for me, and maybe you can apply this to your own strategy. Or if you're new to the 5-star featured arena, you haven't run it before, you don't know what to expect, this is going to be some great tools. These are some things that I've tried out, some things that have been really beneficial for me. So again, with the 5-star featured, this is going to be the exact same setup you're going to want to use with the 4-star featured arena, with, again, really the only exception, the only difference being no 6 stars. Right, and then this also does apply to the Sunday 4 and 5-star arena. Again, you're using 4 and 5-star champions, no 6 stars, but the same strategy is exactly what I use when grinding for that arena as well. So round 1 through 5, and depending on your roster size, it's going to depend on which champions you use here. I've got a pretty deep roster of 4-star 330s. And so for rounds 1 through 5, I use 3 330s to get started. Right, and these are going to be my lower ranked 330s. Maybe one of my ones that I'm either not very good with or just aren't very good champions, but I've actually put some resources into. They're probably still like mid-tier champions. So like I'll use those just to get some points out of. And with being lower PI, they're not going to give me as many points as I go further in the progression. And so I like to save some of my better 330s for more difficult fights coming up. If your roster's not very deep yet, just go ahead and use some of your lower ranked 4 stars, probably like 1-1s or maybe 110s, something like that, or 220s. Some champions that you haven't really invested a lot of time into, but you do want to save a few for doing some sandbagging in later rounds. Right now, when you get to rounds 6 through 10, this is where you'll want to use a team of 3 4-star 330s or 5-star rank 125s. You can do bigger. You can always do higher rated champions, but I recommend sticking with those because you want to use your 440s and 235s for later rounds, right? So you can maximize some points, so you can make those fights a little bit easier as well. As the AI is going to try to match up a little bit closer to where your overall PI is with champions that maybe have a little bit better PI, but that aren't like crazy high, right? Now, if you have a smaller roster, if you haven't really gotten a lot of 4 stars or 5 stars, if you're trying to build up and work to that, for rounds 6, 7, and 8, go ahead and use the 3-star or the 3 4-star team or 3 5-star team or some combination of those. And then rounds 8 and 9, you can actually go ahead and lump in with rounds 11 through 14, where you can do some sandbagging. So sandbagging is where you take 2 fairly good champions and then 1 really low-ranked champion. Right, the low-ranked champion, you just, once you get into the fight, you just quit out of it right away. If you have a good matchup and maybe it's a good champ, but you just haven't actually spent any time investing in them, then maybe you can try to win the fight, get a few extra points, but you probably won't be able to more often than not. And then so for the rounds 11 through 14, you're going to sandbag, use your 4-star 330s or 5-star 125s. Try to keep it at that. Try not to go any higher if you can help it. And then 1 low-ranked 4-star. Right, and that'll help you get through those rounds. Rounds 15 through 17, you have to use a team of 3 4-star 550s or 5-star 345s or 6-star if you have them. Those are going to be some of your more difficult fights. If you take in a team of 3 440s, you may run into a deathmatch. A deathmatch would be 3 5-star rank 5 65s, and they're not a lot of fun. You can still win that round. I've had it happen to me before, so try to avoid using your 440s in that round if you can help it, or take at least 1 550 or 345 with you. Now, once you get to rounds 18 to 26, now you can actually use your 440s and 225s. You want to use any 3 of those ranked champs or higher, just to get you through those rounds. Now, what's different than the 4-star basic or the 3-star feature is that round 27 is where you can actually go a little bit lower than what you have been using. Rounds 27 and above, you can take any 3 440s or 5 225s or higher, or you can take 2 4-star rank 4 level 40 or 5-star rank 2 level 35 or higher, and 1 4-star 330 or 5-star 125. You can take 1 440 4-star and 2 125 5-stars, or a 235 5-star and 2 125 5-stars, but you cannot take 1 440 or 1 235 and 2 4-star 330s, as you will run into a death match in that case. So if you take 2 440s and 1 330, you'll be fine. 235s and 125, or some combination of those, 4 and 5 stars, you'll be fine. But just try to avoid taking in 2 4-star 330s, as you very well will likely run into a death match, and that is no fun, right? Now, with the Catalyst arenas, the big difference with those is they open up all stars up to 5, right? And so the only difference here is that when you do your sandbagging, you're still going to take your 4 stars in or your 5 stars in, but you're going to take a 1 star as your sandbag, right? But then just to basically approach the same way that you would with this arena, use your 4 stars, 440 or higher, and later rounds, except for rounds 15 through 17, you got to go ahead and use those 4-star 550s or 5-star 345s. I'm going to leave a description about the Catalyst Arena just to go into that in a little bit more detail, because there's a couple of nuances, a couple of differences, but you're really going to be able to approach it very much the same way as you would with the 5-star feature arena. It's not very different, except it opens up your champions you can use, and there might be some additional strategies to help you save some time and also get some extra points, right? So go ahead and check out the description for some more information with that. So with the 5-star featured arena, again, it's almost exactly the same as the 4-star featured arena, except you just can't take in 6 stars. So look for champions to use that you can really take advantage of synergies. Right? Those are going to help you in winning those fights. So I don't look for like those crazy synergies necessarily, like that are specific to the champs, like the Blade Ghost Rider Shark Spidey synergy, for example. One of my favorite sandbagging teams is OG Captain America and Captain Marvel and Super Iron Man. Super Iron Man is a 1/1, but he adds a critical rating increase synergy with OG Cap. So with both of those, there's a few extra crits that come in to play that I like using. So find out synergies that are going to help you either increase critical rating, increase critical damage, increase attack, something that's going to help you get through those fights a little bit easier. The rest of this video is fairly short, as I don't actually go all the way to round 27. I just get to the point where I felt comfortable that I was going to be able to keep my streak going, so I get up to round 15, where we're going to see that I go up against a Kang's team or Thanos team or something like that, where they got the no mastery 6 stars in there. So just so you can kind of see what that looks like. Again, I've done quite a bit of testing with those to know where those lines are. So sorry that I didn't actually include those in the video. I just didn't have enough time to actually record everything I wanted to kind of keep it flowing. So if you do have any questions about maybe how to get there, and if you want a little bit of help with getting through those later rounds, just go ahead and leave me a comment, drop me a message online. I'd be glad to help you out, and I can always send some more information your way if you do want to see it go a little bit further. Right, so this arena is going to give you not quite as many milestones as you can reach if you don't have like a really, really big and deep roster. Normally I only get about 3 to 4.5 million, so that's like 4 milestones. Part of it is I just don't have enough time to really put in a lot of effort into the arena where I can go further, but I just also don't have the size of roster where I can just keep pumping out those big points. So just be aware of that, but you do get a decent amount of 5 shards just for getting to 3 million in most arenas. You're looking at about getting 500 5-star shards, so that's going to be really beneficial for a lot of people. So yeah, enjoy the rest of this video, what is left, and if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or any other tips, go ahead and leave a comment below. Good luck with your own grinds, guys, and I hope that this helps you out. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.